Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Just a quick video, and this one's regarding the Supreme Court judgment on the definition of a woman. So as any sane, balanced, normal individual would quite rightly agree with the judgment that was passed down. Now I just want to say that it's still popping up in my Facebook feed, and I'm still reading about people that are not happy, that don't accept this, that want to challenge it. I've read something now about civil servants potentially going on strike because of this now. Something to do with trans men, like women that have transitioned, having to use like a female bathroom and things like that, but well, biological women using a women's bathroom, right? Which is what the Supreme Court has said should always have happened. Basically, I don't understand this. You've got people like Nicola Sturgeon coming out and saying that this is an affront to the rights of trans people and things like that. No, no, it's not. You've got the same rights as anybody else, straight, gay, lesbian, whatever. You don't have any lesser rights than me or anybody else in this country. Now, the thing about this is it's shocking, to be honest, because it's common sense, right? The Supreme Court didn't actually change the law. All it did was it basically clarified how the law should have been implemented from its inception. That's all it done. So now that that's happened, right? See all these people that potentially that or well, yeah, people lost their jobs for speaking out against trans people using women's bathrooms and things like that. Will they receive compensation for losing their job? People that have been cancelled from life, basically, from speaking events, from people that have suffered social consequences because of this, are they going to receive any recourse, any compensation? No, no, they're not. What about people that have had police visits? Will they receive an apology? No, no, they won't. People that have had non-crime hate incidents recorded against their person, which affects job prospects, these DBS checks that they do. I don't know if I've said that right. The enhanced checks that you do if they want to work with children, if they want to work in certain positions of trust. Will those non-crime hate incidents be expunged for them simply stating an opinion which the Supreme Court has said was not wrong in the first place? Will these people receive any compensation, any apologies? Will they get their non-crime hate incidents expunged? No, no, they won't. So this whole thing, like, I can't believe it's still going on. It is an affront to common sense, and it's an affront to decency, and it's an affront to how you run a normal, functioning society. And these activists, they need to be ignored now. They need to be ignored. Supposedly, this issue affects 1% of the population, but the way things are going, you would think that it was affecting 30% of the population. And as for the issue of trans men, so women that have transitioned to become men, out of the supposed 1% of people that have transitioned in the population, well, I don't know what it is in the UK, 55 million, something like that. How many of that 1% are trans men? I'm willing to bet you it's a tiny, tiny fraction. It's not worth the politicians' time. It's not worth anything like that. These are sexual issues they don't belong in politics. Yeah, these are things that should be kept in people's private life, and the politicians and the people that are in charge should not be spending the amount of time they are on this. They should ignore the activists. The Supreme Court has said what it said. It's backed up the way that the law should always have been. Yeah, it's not taking away any of your rights or anything like that. Far from it. It's just providing clarity, and it's saying that no, biological men should not be in women's spaces, and that is just how society has to be, because if you take into consideration rape crisis centres, maternity wards, like all sorts of different things, the biologies should have their own separate spaces. That's just how life rolls. That's just how it should. That's just how it should be. And there shouldn't be any more argument about any of this. It should be ignored now. The decision from the Supreme Court is the decision of nature, of biology. Yeah. So these activists now need to be shut down. Shut down. They're not getting any less rights than anybody else. Shut them down, ignore them, and get on with life. And let's get on with all contributing towards a positive society. That's all I need to say on it. Cheers. Thanks for listening.